Hi, I'm teineko, part-time artist and full-time medical educator. Today's video, I'm going to be reflecting on everything I made in 2025. Excuse me for a moment while I catch my cat. And yes, 2025 has been over for over a month now, but I wanted to reflect, so why not? So, reflecting on 2025, I guess I started the year carving. So, here's the wand of Asclepios that I carved out of as a rubber stamp. So, right after New Year's Day, I carved a rubber stamp of the wand of Asclepios. That's the symbol of medicine, I guess, in Greek mythology. Yeah, just because I wanted to do a snake because last year was the year of the snake. And then I carved a cat, a blue, and then I painted it blue. I think I had Dimitri model for this one. And I do try to do more wood carving these days because I want to work on 3D stuff. Yeah. But I like this one because I tried a different coloring style than I usually do. And working with wood is always a new thing for me. Like it teaches me something new every time. And then after that, I wanted to try if I could carve a stamp out of MDF material. And this is what I came up with. It's an eyeball. And yes, I did manage carving one out, but it didn't really like turn out as I wanted to, so I haven't been really working on MDF since this time. And as the month went on, mid January, I painted my shoes that I wear in the hospital. And then I wanted to get back to uh, creating bigger stuff, so this was a part of my, I guess, winter break rehab. I practiced using my glass pen and I stamped a spine and not all that mixed media stuff. And boom, this is January 23rd, it says in the photo. Uh, this is a work I painted for a like a public exhibit called the Square Fest in Yokohama. And I wasn't able to actually attend the festival, but my parents went for me. And I had two square wood panel works exhibited there. And this was one of them. And into February, this is a square piece with brain stamp and markers. And this eventually became my inspo for the sticker series I made last year. So this was an important piece for me. I glued this onto my journal last year. Yeah. And then I started doing like marker only works, using different kinds of canvases. So this one was a hexagon canvas, and you can see me trying to do like 3D cube imagery, diorama ish thing here. Yeah. And then this is from our kitchen. My husband decided that we needed a partition, a physical partition between the kitchen and our breakfast nook because the cats were, jumping into the kitchen all the time. And I got to paint the. This is a sliding door that slides up and down, and we can, pass plates and stuff through this, and it's so cool. And so I made the hole, and I drew Romeo and Dimitri, and these are some Spanish phrases that I was learning at the time. So it's like it says, "Enjoy your meal," like "Buen provecho," or "Como come más," eat more, and "Tengo hambre." That means I'm hungry. So very kitchen theme. Going on. Oh, so that was February, and I guess I wasn't able to make anything during March. It was the end of the school year or the academic year at our hospital, and things were pretty hectic. So, but in April, I made a series of 8 stamps, organ themed, and these were, I guess, one stamp of an organ plus like a marker, multicolor pop thing. I wanted to change my general style into. I'm not really sure what my style was before, but like I wanted to define what I do as an artist, so I decided to try colorful pop art style. And then I was preparing for a big creators market called Sapporo Mono Village in May. So this is when I tried stamping onto fabric. And I bought a bunch of blank totes and I stamped a lungs. And then the text here is also made of stamps. So it says, take a deep breath. Um, I chose English because English, I guess, seems fancier for Japanese people. And so like, every time you look at this tote, you're supposed to take a deep breath. Like so. Yeah. And then in mid May, we had this thing called the Zine Fest in Sapporo for the first time. So I made my first 2 zines. One is Mis Palabras Favoritas de Primavera 2025. So I was really into studying Spanish at this time because in August we went to Barcelona for the International Healthcare Education Conference, and so I was studying Spanish for that. So that's I had a bunch of words that I wanted to share my community, so I made a zine for that. And then so the collection of stickers, I guess I named it Noisy Body Collection. I never really use that collection name anymore, but I made a foldable zine, like a mini zine that explains what all the details I put into each of these stamps for as organs. And when you open the whole thing, it becomes like a mini A4 size, B5 size poster. And so these were my debut works for zine fests, and I'm trying to continue making zines. This one is the biggest and most popular work I did last year, and it's called Saturation. And this features the town of Kimobetsu, where I did my rural service for 6 months back when I was a family doctor. And I passed a whole winter there from October to March. Yeah, October to March. And the mountain you can see at the back is Mount Yote. Mount Yote is like Mount Fuji, but in Hokkaido. And Kimobetsu is right at the skirt. And there are 7 towns surrounding Mount Yote, and every town thinks like their view of Mount Yote is the best. So when people are born and raised in Kimobetsu, they wish to die there in that scenery. And I felt, the mountain air, breathing in like the sit town's vibes every day, and I felt like my lungs were saturated with the um, air of the area and the history. So that's where this work comes from. And I participated in a smaller group exhibit in Tokyo with this work, and this led me to participate in many other exhibits after this. So I guess Saturate was a big thing for me. I created this in May. Yeah. So May was a creative month. And then in June, things were a bit slower, so I did some sketchbook works. This is Dimitri in a bag. I draw Dimitri more often than Romeo just because he's white hair enables me to pick up the outlines much easier. Next, I carved a bigger stamp of a brain in sagittal view. This was also for a tote bag that I sold later this year in Sapporo Mono Village autumn. And the cat is Romeo. And I tried to then print on wood and do some more colorful like little magnets and charms because I wanted, people to carry their favorite organ around with them. And I sold these at Hakubutsu Festival in Tokyo. Hakubutsu Festival means literally means like museum or academic festival, and everybody who sells there have to have something academic. So me, I do medicine. Some people are more like I guess entomologists or like biologists or even anthropologists, and it's a creator's market, but it's all lots of learning and nerdy stuff as well. So it's my favorite event of the year. Yeah. And then when we went to Barcelona, I tried doing some sketchbook work. This is from when we participated in a tour called Ghosts of Barcelona. It was a social event organized by the Academic Association, like Amy, the conference. But it's interesting. And then this is a work I in progress still, and I think I liked it when it was like this, but then I started adding in some details, and I'm not liking it anymore. I'm not sure what to do with this one. Yep. Here's a work I did for event held at Sapporo's Art Forest Museum, Geijutsu no Mori, and the theme was music. So this is a skeleton singing. And this is another work I'm doing. It's in progress. I think I'll be able to finish this. I still like it. Just wanted to show it because I wanted to prove that I was working later this year. And then, oh, I knit and crochet as a hobby. So this is a bouquet. Bouquet. It's not big enough to be a blanket, so it's more like a mini table cover, table runner cover mat kind of thing. And when you pick it up, it becomes a bouquet. And this is a work I completed end of October. You can't really see it in the photo, but it has 36 stamps of hearts printed on it, and I'm turning 36 this year, so it represents my like life course up to this point and how I'm finally able to become positive about everything I experienced and how I'm embracing all the memories of everywhere I've been. And this one's going to be on exhibit at Art Expo New York in April. So I hope to see some people there. These are some very simple, but I love these. They're just organ stamps printed on colored paper, and I sold these so people could use it for collages or like for journaling and stuff. And this was quite popular at Sapporo Mono Village Autumn, so I guess I'll continue making these. And this is me vending at Mono Village. Yep. This is the last work from 2025. It's based on a boulevard that I walked through when I was doing my elective in London, I think. Yeah, I did a clinical clerkship elective at London University St. George's Hospital when I was in my fifth year of med school, and I was in infectious diseases. But on the weekends I had time off and I was able to walk around, and it was really stimulating for me. So that's what this work is about. It like the art scene in Japan is really interesting. It not that I know other countries' art scenes, but I mean the market and how the economy is like functioning and not functioning at the same time. I guess I'll talk about that in the future if people are interested. Well, yeah, so that was a quick 15-minute video on stuff I made in 2025, and I hope the list will be longer this year. And thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. 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 Yeah. And I also do Patreon, so if you are interested in more exclusive content and digital downloads, please take a look at that too. Yep. So we'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.